going. So, but I was a little concerned because we had several girls go down today because of this physicality. But when in Rome, I guess we're going to have to get that way one day.
Yeah. So everybody okay? I know Laura went down hard. Was it Peyton?
Yeah, Peyton fell in a hole down here. I mean, there's nothing she could do about that.
Okay.
These fields they're held up great. I mean, they're beautiful.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rain here in the last. We were here last week. For
Monsoon.
a torrential downpour, and as we were putting trash bags on to get out of here, we ran across the field. I mean, there was an inch of water standing. The entire field was underwater basically, and yeah, the field has held up well. I noticed there it's a little soft on this southwest corner.
Right.
But yeah, so this is awesome. You got two teams. How do you do this? Because your son is playing down there at Argus, and you're coaching here, and your daughter's playing here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a balance. And
you
pull your phone out, put RTC up there as your.
No, it was funny when the coach told me that Gabe just scored. I just looked at all the girls in bed and said, "I'm out of here, Coach. You have it." So.
All right, I'm going to put my mic down here to Scott Shear and let him do the announcing here for the starters for the two teams.
The winner of this contest returns this evening at 7 p.m. Face the winner of today's first contest, the Argus Dragons. That match begins at 7 and gates will open at 6 p.m. Please enter the west side of the park. Before we meet today's starting lineups, we do remind all spectators Newton Park would like to be recognized within the state and nationally for our good sportsmanship by all student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We do expect our fans to cooperate and display good sportsmanship toward our participants, coaches, support staff, and match officials. Please do your part to make this event a safe and wholesome atmosphere for all in attendance. And we thank you for being a good sport. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, the visitors on the scoreboard, the Wheeler High School Bobcats. Excuse me, Bearcats. In goal, Elena Hill. Number 1, Claudia Phillips. Number 3, Morgan Putz. Number 10, Lauren Putz. Number 12, Lyric Green. Number 14, Sydney Eden. Number 17, Amber Handley. Number 18, Riley Garcia. Number 23, Gia Diaz. Number 24, Elena Giorgi. Number 27, Caitlin Mestina. The Bearcats are coached by Brian Murray and enter today's contest with a perfect record of 19-0. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougars. In goal, Maddie Paris. Number 14, Lauren Starrett. Number 7, Anna Reimnick. Number 18, Carly O'Hara. Number 2, Carly Wise. Number 3, Tori Calizzo. Number 12, Avery Hobbs. Number 11, Liza Schmidt. Number 6, Joy Haynes. Number 8, Hannah Starrett. And number 17, Jessie Calizzo. The Cougars are coached by Nathaniel Raber and enter today's contest with a record of 14-3-2. Today's officials are assigned by the IHSAA, Tyler Stahl, Ishmael Atala, Armando Garcia, and Larry Doan. Ladies, it's time to play soccer. Good luck, both teams.
All right, so the 19-0 Wheeler Lady Bearcats taking on the 14-3-2 Lakeland Christian Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars wearing their blue uniforms, navy blue uniforms with white numerals and navy blue socks. Wheeler wearing white uniforms with orange numerals, orange pants, and white socks. Well, Coach Stone, you get to do a little recruiting here, not recruiting, but
little scouting.
A little scouting here for game number 2 to see who you're going to be facing come the 7 o'clock game. You've played Lakeland Christian, not seen probably too much from Wheeler. So what's your thoughts?
We didn't play Lakeland Christian this year.
You didn't play Lakeland this year?
No, they dropped us a few years back.
Oh.
They dropped the whole program, as a matter of fact. This is, I think, their second year back, so it's amazing that they're even here right now. And they beat a very good Westview team 4-2 to advance to this. So I'm going to say they're no slouch, but Wheeler, I mean, they're the complete package. There's no doubt about it from the way I understand. I've never seen them play, but I hear they move the ball well, and, they have a big feeder system called Valpo.
Yeah.
And, so, but, anything's possible. I'm excited to play whoever.
Well, I looked up the stats on Max Preps, and Wheeler didn't have anything entered. I just had
their
schedule.
coaches, he's a little strange about that. He doesn't like to let other coaches scout or let other coaches know anything about him. So the amazing thing is, they won regional the last 2 years, or 3 years, matter of fact, and somehow they're not moved up to 2A. That's the amazing thing. But they keep coming back to 1A every year, and I don't understand how they do that because, you only can have 5 points.
Now you got to have 6.
No, it's 5 in soccer.
It's 5 in soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 6 in everything else.
Yeah.
Well, I can look down the list. They beat West Lafayette 4-1.
That's a good team,
yeah.
too.
Trying to see who else here. Andrean, they beat 4-0. You guys played Andrean, didn't you?
No, they dropped us this year. They had SATs that day, and
the boys played Andrean.
yes, the boys played Andrean.
Kankakee Valley, you guys played them?
Yes, and that, that's the only game that we could go off of.
Okay.
We played Kankakee Valley the very first game of the season, won 1-0. These guys beat them 3-0, so we're comparable.
Sure.
So,
Well, we're underway here in match number 2 of the LaVille Regional, IHSA Girls Soccer Regional number 9. Part of our huge day of coverage here on RTC TV4, we have 15 total events going on live.
Are you kidding me?
15. We've got 3 soccer here. We've got 3 soccer at Argus. We've got 3 volleyball matches going on at Culver Community, 3 volleyball matches at Pioneer, and 3 volleyball matches down at North Miami. So we've got our crews spread out all over the northern part of the state here this morning. Phil Dean doing a great job. Took him down to North Miami last night. He cold, wet, rainy night there at North Miami on top of the press box. He brought his clothes. Yeah, he brought his clothes in today, and we're set up here in the press box here at beautiful Newton Park.
it is beautiful. Still a beautiful day out here right now.
Yeah, it is, and when we pulled in, it looked like it might be a little touch of rain coming, so we decided to set up here in the press box versus going over across. So getting going here early. Wheeler's got the pressure on.
18, goal.
And there is a very quick goal. Number 18 for the Bearcats, Riley Garcia, punches in a goal, puts Wheeler ahead early, 1-0. What's the time there, Phil? 37:55 here in the first half.
Yeah, this is the normal soccer weather, not that stuff in September where it's 90 degrees.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
So Wheeler up early. Boy, that's kind of indicative of game number 1. Parsons put in a goal with 38:24 left, and Garcia with 37:55 puts Wheeler up early.
They like to attack. Definitely tell that.
Sorry, I had your mic down.
Oh, that's all right.
I got to do a little maintenance here. I'm kind of running my own scoreboard here this morning with our normal setup. So
Since the scoreboard's facing the other way.
yeah, I suppose I should change that pregame. It's not pregame anymore.
Wide. 10 shot was wide, Steve.
Wide shot there by number 10, Lauren Putz for the Wheeler. So joined up here in the booth by the Argus Lady Dragons head coach, Joe Stone. And I got a message from your brother Andy. He's down at Grandparents' Day at Franklin.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's Parents' Day, but I like to give him a little grief. But
Well, don't give him too much. I'm 2.5 years older than him.
yeah, Sam seems to be doing very well down there.
Yeah, I think she's adapting very well
Yeah.
from what I understand. So talked to Grandpa a little bit. real grandpa.
Yeah.
You know, not Andy.
Not Andy.
And said that, you know, they play her exactly when they need to, and she does quite well. You know, that's that's Amy's dad, and does very well. So
here at Newton Park in match number 2, the Wheeler Bearcats have the early 1-0 lead over Lakeland Christian. And you saw that attack from Wheeler. They come in with a perfect 19-0 record. There's a lot of contact. That's going to be a foul.
You know, they're physical. You could tell. I mean, they're Valparaiso. They're the region area, so
yeah.
That's the way they play over there.
Right.
There's no doubt about it.
Well, you know that. You just got done playing a Hebron team
Yeah.
up in the region as well. So a little different brand of soccer, I guess you could say, up there.
It is. It's a little more physical, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm excited just to be here and to play one of these two teams.
The Argus Dragons advanced earlier, winning 1-0 over Bethany Christian. That was a good win for Coach Vanderweel, picking up the rematch win over Bethany, who beat the Dragons in the last game of the regular season to take the NISC crown. But I'm sure if you had to take the one or the other, I think the Coach Vanderweel very well would take the one today.
Yes, you know, Todd and I, we mentioned that right away. You know, I talked to Todd after that game and told him, I said, you know what, we'll give this one up and we'll take the other one.
Right.
And he goes, okay. And they went out and did it today, so it was very well. So I'm very happy.
So a lot of Argus fans going to be pulled in different directions here tonight, but they can tune in. You can come here and watch one game and put the other game on RTC TV4 or RTC4.com, or you can go down there and do it vice versa. We're going to have both games covered for you tonight at 7. So get back here to the match on the field. Wheeler continues to put the pressure on the Lady Cougars.
Corner kick.
So we got a corner kick coming up here on the near corner. And for those of you who may be tuning in to this game for the first game here today that you've watched on our coverage, we apologize. We can't get the near shots on the corners from our vantage point. So we'll get as close as we can. And there is another shot quickly into the net. That is number 22 for Wheeler. 27. Caitlin Mistina, a junior.
Wheeler goal number 27, Caitlin Mistina.
So quickly here in the first half, Wheeler takes the 2-0 lead. 33-39 still to go here in the first half. So we can see here very quickly as to the number 1.
Did Wheeler win state last year?
No, they lost one back.
Okay.
One of your wires coming out there or something? What's going on? Because it keeps... Yeah. Sorry about that. We had a wire come loose there. Phil's getting into it over there. Doing a great job on the camera work here. We're going to take a look at where we're at for the night game. We may try and set up on the far side of the field for that one if the weather looks like it's going to hold out for us. May have to run home and get my tent. So here in the first half of play from Newton Park, the Wheeler Bearcats with the 2-0 lead over Lakeland Christian. Looking very well early on. And the free kick from about midfield. Cougars try and bring it the other way. Anna Reminick. Remember that name. She's a very good basketball player for the Lady Cougars. So one calling a foul, one calling out of bounds. Let's see what the it's going to be a throw in here for Wheeler. And they're going to be in a pretty good spot here with this throw. And cleared out here. The Cougars need to get on it, and they do. Calizo can't get it cleared out for Lakeland. And a good grab there by Lakeland's keeper. Maddie Paris in the goal for Lakeland here this afternoon.
Playing elevator music, Coach Gaines?
Not me. That's me, buddy. I got this Pearl Jam.
Gee, buddy. Playing this elevator music up here, Coach.
My apologies.
You're killing me.
Throw in on the far side here for the Bearcats. Fakes it one way, throws it into the box, cleared out by Lakeland. Quickly back in, try to slip ahead into the box and miss. Good defense there by number 14, Lauren Sterrett, but the ball goes out of bounds. Cougars flirting with danger here. They need to get the ball cleared out of the box. Wheeler putting the pressure on them early. There's a nice crossing pass to the far post. And we're going to have a race to the ball here on the near side. And a pass over to the middle. And a shot deflected. Oh, wow. Did that stay out or did that go in? It stayed up. That was a play and a half right there, Phil. All right, let's see. It looked like it hit under the top post. I don't know if it crossed the goal line or not. We're going to have a conversation here with the far side official. If that didn't go in, it was a miracle for Lakeland. Let's see what we get. And they're going to give the goal to Wheeler.
Okay, so do we see who got that goal? Number one. Number one.
The goal is going to be credited to number 1, Claudia Phillips.
Wheeler goal by number 1, Claudia Phillips.
Makes our score 3-0 with 28:54 still to go here in the first half. So Wheeler rolling here early. That was one of those plays there where looked like it might have crossed the line, and the officials confer and say that it did cross the line, and the goal goes to Claudia Phillips, the senior forward for the Bearcats.
Have to just break the plane in that case?
No, the entire ball has to be over the line.
The
The entire ball, just like it is over here for a throw in, or
Okay. Okay.
has to be entirely over the line.
All right.
So we're back underway with 28:50 to go here in the first half. Wheeler leads 3-0 over Lakeland Christian. Winner of this match will move on to tonight's championship match at 7 p.m. Take on the Argus Lady Dragons, who won earlier by a 3-2 mark over the Hebron Hawks. It's going to be a push and a foul on Wheeler.
They do.
Morgan Putz gets called for the foul for the Bearcats. Free kick coming up here for Reminick. So the Cougars looking to regroup here after giving up 3 early goals to the Bearcats. You can see why they come in with a 19-0 mark. Coach Stone, you said they've won the regional 3 years in a row? Yep. So they're looking to go. They went to state last year and lost by a 1-0 mark to an Evansville team. Okay. So this is a well-tested seasoned team here for the Bearcats, looking for their 4th regional title in a row. Doing very well here in the early going against Lakeland Christian, leading 3-0. Got a sub, number 8, Tessa Halderman, going to check into the match and give Claudia Phillips a break here for the Bearcats. A nice pass in. Very methodical on their passing. Their ball handling does some great things right there. They don't panic. They don't try and do too much. From what I've seen here early, the Bearcats, they do what they need to do. They get the ball where it needs to be, and they get the angles that they need to because of it. Nice little give and go over the top here. Calizo gets through a couple Bearcats. And a free kick coming up here for the Cougars right at the midfield stripe. Reminick sends it ahead.
They're playing 3 in the back also.
And Wheeler, nice job there. Starrett gets it temporarily. Back the other way come the Bearcats. Green up ahead. And a good job of clearing that ball out by Hobbs for the Lady Cougars. Going to be a corner kick here for Wheeler. So we'll see the kick coming in here momentarily. Oh, nice run there on the backside. Good defense there by Reminick. So must have been one of the Bearcats offside. Lakeland gets it out wide, but a little heavy on the touch. And Wheeler back in. Pull back and a shot just wide by number 18, Riley Garcia of the Bearcats. Nice little pullback fake move and shot just wide of the box. Twenty-four minutes left to go here in the first half with Wheeler leading Lakeland Christian 3-0. And up quickly, Calizo loses the ball. And Reminick able to keep possession. They're going to call a handball on Reminick. So it'll be a free kick here for the Bearcats. And the left foot in for Mestina. Drop back here. Mestina's going to come up the side, right back into the middle. That's the thing that they do very well. 3 passes and they're quickly up the sideline. Throw in there. Wheeler gets to it. And that's going to go off of Wheeler, so it'll be a throw in here for the Cougars. Illegal throw, so Wheeler's going to get a shot at it. Kind of a chilly afternoon here in Lakeville, Indiana, but the sun is shining. You can see the fans on the far side there all bundled up in their blankets, but bathed in sunlight right now. And Lakeland had something going there, good defense, and it's going to be another handball on Reminick. So free kick coming up here for Wheeler, just inside of midfield. Diaz going to take the kick here for the Bearcats. And a good job there by the Cougars getting it cleared out of the box. Reminick gets around one Bearcat, sends it into the middle. And a little too much action there by Sidney Eden. Going to get called for the foul. So here's an opportunity for Lakeland. The Cougars need to get some threats up there. They've only got 3 girls. Now they've got 4. And the shot handled. Not without a little bit of a bobble, but the keeper for Wheeler, Elena Hill, able to corral that one. Playing on the wide side there. Wheeler does an excellent job playing the entire width of this field. Lakeland able to get it cleared out. Reminick out to the far side. And the pass in by number 14, Lauren Starrett. It's picked off by the Bearcats. Back the other way. Quickly come the Bearcats. Garcia working the far sideline. Gets around one Cougar. And boy, that just about bent in for number 10, Lauren Putz. Went high post on the far corner. Down at Argus, Boone Grove and Bremen all tied up at 1 apiece on the boys regional semifinal game number 2. 4 minutes or so here to go down there in the first half. I want to thank the crew down there, Chris Stevens and Colton Miller, stepping up, doing a fine job for us in coverage of the Argus Regional down there at beautiful Eugene Snyder Field. The winner of the Boone Grove Bremen game will take on the Argus Dragons tonight at 7 p.m. They won versus Bethany Christian 1-0 in the morning game. And we have a clock stoppage here. What happened there, Phil?
That side judge is the one, or the side ref is the one that called the foul or something.
Okay, we have a clock stoppage. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
18 minutes exact.
We got 18 minutes left to go here in the first half. Wheeler has a 3-0 lead over the Lakeland Christian Lady Cougars. The winner of this match will advance to the 7 p.m. game here at Newton Park, take on the Argus Lady Dragons, who won 3-2 over Hebron in game number 1. And redirected, and a header in on the rebound for a number 12, Lyric Green, the senior forward. So 4 goals, all scored by different Bearcat players.
17:46.
We have 17:46 left here in first half action. Wheeler now has a 4-0 lead over Lakeland Christian. Wheeler comes in at a perfect 19-0 on the season, ranked number 1 in Class 1A girls soccer. And we can see why here, leading a very good Lakeland Christian team. 4-0 here in the first half. Still have 17 minutes to play in this half. Put him back on. Well, Coach Stone, what have you thought so far of what you've seen here between Wheeler and Lakeland?
David and Goliath, and Goliath is winning.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but no, I mean Wheeler is a good team. They know what they want to do. They have a simple game plan, and the girls are executing beautifully. So, I mean, all their goals are nice. Hard to defend. They're big, physical, and strong. So yeah, they're a well-rounded team. There's no doubt about it.
Well, and in my limited soccer knowledge, I'm not going to try and say that I know a ton about soccer, but in broadcasting with your brother for the last 4 years, I can't help but pick up a few things. Looks to me like they use this entire width of this field very well.
Yes, they do, and your good teams try to do that. They're attacking from both sides of the field. If you attack from one side, they're pretty easy to strategize against. But if you're attacking from both. If you're attacking from both sides, then it just makes it much more difficult to guard them.
Yeah, and this is a very technically sound team. Obviously coming in, you said number 1 in the state, looking for their 4th regional in a row. So it's a team that they're gonna pose some problems for any team, obviously. But hey, you're there. You get a chance, and that's all you can ask for. You girls.
Yeah, and anything can happen any time. So, if the girls come in tonight, my girls come in tonight, with a positive attitude and believe that we can beat this team. You never know what can happen.
So, Lakeland has their hands full with a 4-0 deficit here. They still have, about a quarter of the first half to play. They're just trying to keep this thing from getting too ugly.
Another corner kick, yep.
So, Lakeland is no slouch of a team. You said they come in. They won the Westview sectional
and beat a very good Westview team 4-2. So,
Yeah. So a kick coming in here. Apologize again. We can't see the corner of that field right there. And Lakeland trying to get it out of the box. But Wheeler keeping the pressure on and over the top of the keeper for another goal.
Wheeler goal number 1, Claudia Phillips.
Claudia Phillips.
Claudia Phillips gets that one. That is
That's
her second.
Yep.
14:37.
And that was unfortunate. That goal was unfortunate. She hit it, and it just floated perfectly over the keeper's head. Nothing the keeper could do about that. So,
Say 5.
Yeah, I don't know.
even when you're good, when your team's good and you're good, you can make a mistake and still benefit from it. So, it was a mishit, but, she'll take it.
Right? So Phillips gets her second goal of the first half, and Wheeler with a commanding 5-0 lead with about 14 minutes still to go here in the first half. So Wheeler well on their way to advancing to play the Lady Dragons here tonight. The boys team advanced earlier today, defeating
and
Bethany.
I did talk to Gabe on the phone, and he did confirm it. He did score.
He got the goal.
Yep.
Awesome.
Chino laid one across the middle. Lucas Vanderwill it's called a dummy. Just let it go right between his legs. Gabe was standing right there and blasted it in far post. So
Awesome.
Yep.
So they got the big win over Bethany, 1-0.
Oh yeah, it is a big win. So
Yeah.
hats off to Coach Vanderwill. He just played them a week ago, lost the conference championship to them. And they come out and he had a good game plan. The kids executed and end up taking the victory. So.
Well, and it was kind of a flukish thing there when they played in the last game of the season. Bethany had, 3 goals there in the first half? 2 goals, 3 goals? 2 goals in the first half. And, pretty much played even after that. But, those 2 goals in that first half just put the Dragons behind,
Yeah.
farther they can recover from.
But those kids just keep astounding me, both teams, boys and girls. I mean, we were down today, they were down last week, and the fight is always there. These girls always fight. They don't give up, and, we were able to come back and, we win today, and the boys got the lead and held it. So that takes a lot of courage and a lot of heart, and, very proud of our programs at Argus.
Yeah, it took you guys 75 minutes before you got your first lead, but the lead at the end of the game was yours, and that's the key.
That's the most important.
Yep.
So, the old saying, who laughs least, laughs last, and right when we give up that goal early, you can hear the Hebron girls back here to back, that was easy, let's get another, and, and then next thing you know, it's tied, and now they're not thinking that so much, so.
Well, I'm looking at our feed here from Argus, and must be halftime down there with, looks like it's tied up at 1 apiece between Boone Grove and Bremen. If I'm not mistaken, Boone Grove knocked the Dragons out last year, right?
Yes, they did, and they end up winning the sectional or regional last year. They beat Bethany Christian 2-1 last year to win the whole thing. So, they're no slouch. They had 2 young, I think they were sophomores last year. I think they're juniors this year, midfielders that were just outstanding players, and they just dominated Argus in the midfield. Even though we only lost by 1 goal, but they dominated us in the midfield, and as a coach, you got to win the midfield. If you don't win the midfield, you're not going to win the game.
Seemed like they were very physical as well, if I remember right.
They were.
Big, strong. They had was it their keeper
their keeper looked like he was a Brian Urlacher, linebacker, but he was a great keeper. Great, but he was a big, strong kid.
Yeah. And he was making some very athletic plays there. Did he graduate?
Yes.
Graduated.
Yeah, he graduated.
Okay. Did the boys play Bremen already this year?
Yes. The Argus boys lost 5-1.
Oh.
We went over there and played. I think it was a 3:00 game. Excuse me. And those girls, or boys, excuse me again. The boys just, according to Coach Todd, they just did not play very well. So
it's not a 5-1 difference.
No, not in teams, not even close.
Yeah.
We just didn't play very well. We got down early, and the kids hang their head, and once you start doing that, goals come easy.
Right. Well, they've come easy here so far for Wheeler. Got 5 in the net early. Getting into the later stages here of the first half. And the Bearcats looking like a team that is going to be advancing here, but still early. Just a very, very deep hole to dig out of for the Lady Cougars. But you got to get the first one in.
Yep.
You can't get a 3-pointer or anything like that here in soccer. So you got to get one in.
It's only one at a time.
Yep. They they should give you 2 for that kick with the way Allure scored it. I mean that type of kick right there, that should be like a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer or something. But
yeah, I'll probably, no matter what happens the second game for us, I will probably watch that game tonight and watch that kick. You know, I mean, she's a senior, and she was thrown into the striker position, playing sweeper all 3 years before this, and then threw her up there because everybody was struggling to score at the beginning of the season. And she's, she didn't score a lot. I mean, I think that was her 10th goal of the season, but she didn't score a lot. But, our leading scorer is 12 with Morgan, so it's not like we as a team are not scoring a lot of goals. So.
Well, that was one of the things when I was looking at the stats coming into it. Hebron had one girl that had 27.
Yeah.
And another girl, I think, had 26.
Yeah, I mean, Hebron
goals coming in.
Yeah, they score. But, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Hebron, but some of the competition that they play over there, that's not near as good as what on our area. They have great teams over there. I mean, Wheeler's great. Wheeler beat Hebron 7-0 in the regular season. So, but, sometimes you play to the level of your competition, and, our girls seem to play better when we play against better teams.
All right, so the Cougars trying to mount some kind of an offensive attack here in the later stages of the first half, trailing by 5 to a very talented Wheeler team. Got a call there on the field.
Ball out of bounds. I do believe it was a throw in.
7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Wheeler in control, 5-0.
St. Joe plays 3 in the back. Seems like all of our area teams are doing well. Got a message earlier. CGA defeated Northwood 1-0 in the first round of the Plymouth Regional for 2A.
So they'll move
advance,
on?
Yep, and play the winner of, I don't remember who South Bend St. Joseph's playing in the second game, but.
Penn beat Lake Central 1-0.
Ooh, that's a very big one. That's a big 3A contest right there. Penn versus Lake Central.
Homestead beat Carroll 5-4.
Fort Wayne Homestead beat Fort Wayne Carroll 5-4. Nice.
Got a
St. Joe's playing Griffith, so I got my man over here to the right of me giving me the info. So it's Adam Calhoun, matter of fact, and Silla's women's head coach. One of my former players, as a matter of fact, when I first started coaching here at Argus for the boys' side.
We got a Bearcat down in the field. It's going to be free kick coming up here for Lakeland.
That was a strange call.
Yeah, the Bearcat goes down, and Lakeland.
Lakeland hit her. She falls down. Lakeland gets the ball, but the thing is, number 10 had the ball. She was still moving. He could have called advantage and let her play on. Instead, he called it back and took the advantage away from her. That was strange. Don't see that very often.
Lakeland able to get the ball back here. Let's see if they can get something mounted on the offensive attack here in the later stages. We got 5 minutes even to go here in the first half.
I mean, Wheeler came out of the Wheeler sectional. You know, in their first game they won 11-1 over Westville, 8-0 over Morgan Township, and then turn around and beat Hammond Bishop Knoll 10-2.
Wow.
So yeah, they just rolled through their sectional.
And so far here this morning, rolling very well versus Lakeland.
And Lakeland Christian, you know, they came out of the Westview sectional and they beat Elkhart Christian 5-0. Beat Lakewood Park Christian 7-0, and then turn around and beat Westview 4-2.
And that's a Westview team that they're no slouch.
No.
They're generally the winner of that sectional.
Yeah, and I played them later in the season and only beat them 2-0, and played one of the best games that we've played all year as a team, and can only muster 2 goals against them. So they're a good, solid team. They got a great coach. Ryan Yoder is their head coach, and he's a good dude. I mean, he's excellent coach.
Well, you talked about managing the midfield and winning the midfield, and Wheeler has done that and then some here so far this morning.
Yeah, they're controlling it. I mean, right now their coach is subbing in left and right, which is, you know, the right thing to do. Let the starting players, some of them rest, get ready for tonight's game. I would do the same thing if I was in his shoes.
Yeah, with the second game of the morning, and you got another game coming up here tonight, it's, you know, a good spot for him to be in and to have that ability to rest some players. And, you know, you guys had
some of these younger girls a lot of game experience, you know.
Yeah.
Not too many girls get to play in a regional, you know. I mean, sectional final, I had the, you know, I could do that. I let a lot of these girls that never played before in a sectional play. We got up early on Rochester, but, you know, at the regional today, I only subbed about 3 girls off the bench and rotated them in, so.
Yeah, and a very physical game. So hopefully they're home resting and recouping.
I told them to go straight home. I would stay and watch because they all wanted to stay and watch. And they said, no, you guys go home,
right?
Get something to eat, and then I will stay and watch and do my job. So hopefully they're all home resting and, you know, getting some rest and relax.
Well, they can go home and pop the RTC4 feed up and,
they
and
can
watch
it
from
that
there.
way. Yeah, exactly. Which I guarantee you know, Alora, Morgan, they probably are watching the game right now. So,
you know, we've been talking a lot too about the young group of kids that are coming up. You know, that freshman class. There's some very talented kids in there. You know, not only on the soccer pitch, but you know.
On the basketball,
yeah.
Most of them play softball.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they're got some good athletes coming up, and our junior high class is phenomenal. I mean, I tell you right now, the girls program's looking sweet for the future, no doubt about it.
I'm gonna foul on Wheeler. Free kick coming up here for the Cougars. Reminette gonna take the kick. Nope, just going to pass it on back.
You know, that's the thing. Even my girls do it all the time. Why don't these girls back up? You know, like Sam Stone last year. Sam would trot backwards, then run up on that ball and just smoke it. Most of these girls, mine included, take 2 steps back and then try to power it. You're not generating much power. You know, get back there, get your body behind it, and kill the ball.
Well, we're under a minute left here in the first half, 30 seconds to be exact. Wheeler dominating the first half here at Newton Park, leading 5-0 over Lakeland Christian. And looking like a team that's going to be playing here tonight at 7 p.m. Winner of this match does move on, take on the Lady Dragons, who won 3-2 over the Hebron Hawks.
2-1.
And that is going to do it for the first half. So at the half here, Wheeler leads Lakeland by a score of 5-0. We'll take a quick break and come back with more here from Newton Park in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of regional number 9 action here from Newton Park. We'll be back in a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
I think we're going to get out of here.
All right, welcome back. We're getting set to go for second half action here from beautiful Newton Park in Lakeville, Indiana. Thank everybody for tuning in to our coverage here on RTC TV4 this afternoon. We got all kinds of exciting action on RTC TV4. Not only the game here this afternoon, we also have coverage of the second game down at Argus, where the Bremen Lions and Boone Grove Wolves are playing for an opportunity to go to tonight's championship game versus the Argus Dragons. Currently in half number 2, and looks like tied up at 1 between the Lions and the Wolves. We also have volleyball action on RTC TV4 this afternoon. See if I can get some updates on who's doing what for you. But here at Newton Park, Wheeler leads Lakeland Christian 5-0 at the half. So we are underway with second half here. Lakeland Christian's going to be going from right to left as we get going here in the second half. The Wheeler Bearcats, number 1 in Class 1A, defending regional champions and defending the state runner-up from last year. Actually looking to make it 4 regional titles in a row here at Lakeville. Doing very well, leading 5-0 over Lakeland Christian. Steve Stricker here alongside Phil Dean running the camera for us. Doing a great job here this afternoon of taking care of the camera work for us. And great job by the keeper coming out and getting that one. Maddie Paris, the senior for the Cougars, comes out and gets it, and they're going to call a foul. So a free kick coming out of the box for Lakeland Christian. Cougars trying to see if they can mount a little bit of an offensive attack here in the second half. But Wheeler keeping the pressure on. You know, one thing we talked about a little bit with Coach Stone, he came up here and talked to us in the first half, the Argus Lady Dragons head coach. Wheeler has a little bit of an advantage here in this match with the big lead. They can rest some players and get some younger kids. And there is a shot and a goal for Wheeler. And that is Lyric Green. With 37:58 to go here in the game. Green gets the 6th Wheeler goal, and that is her second goal of the match. Puts Wheeler ahead 6-0.
Softball players here in LaVille, and their soccer coach was recruiting some softball players, and then they switched from softball to soccer, and I said, let me guess. So I texted Dave real quick, and I said, was it this person, this person, this person? And they're like, yep. On the phone, I said, yeah, he did.
And there is a penalty. Can't see that one, unfortunately, on the near corner.
We're trying it. Melissa wants to start junior high team. We've discussed that.
So Wheeler comes back quickly the other way.
Lawler's trying
Bearcats keeping the pressure on the Lady Cougars, leading by a score of 6-0 here in the second half of action from Newton Park. Still have about 36 minutes to go. Oh, big shot right there. And very quickly, a yellow card issued to the Wheeler player, Riley Garcia. So Garcia picks up the yellow card for the Bearcats.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Lindsay played her freshman year.
Yep.
Led us in hitting, was our MVP.
Yep.
And then she came to me and said, Coach, I want to play soccer in college. So we're going to do this. I'm like, okay, thanks for telling her and Gorka both came to me after the freshman year. And was I happy? No. But, because I mean, that's two of my starters.
Right.
And I'm my leadoff and my best hitter. But I said, I respect the fact that you came to me.
Wheeler back on the attack here.
And Gorka came back from junior and senior year, but then she couldn't play her senior year because she got hurt.
And changing fields, the Bearcats trying to get, and it's going to go out. It's going to be a throw in here for the Cougars.
One more time after that, and she just said, no, I thought both not for me. I said, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So Wheeler comes in, like we said at the beginning of the game, with a perfect 19-0 record. And they're showing their skill here today against the Lakeland Christian Lady Cougars with a 6-0 lead. Well on their way.
I said, that ain't right. No coach should promise a scholarship because they have no idea.
Yep. Well, and I tried to explain that to Lindsay as well. And she thought I was mad at her. I'm like, I'm not mad at her.
And the Bearcats, nice move there, trying to get the ball cleared out, and the keeper for the Cougars, Maddie Paris, falls on the ball.
And one of the university coaches was there. She said, I'll be honest with you. She goes, for all your travel teams, if you can afford to play travel, you don't need my scholarship.
So back the other way, but the Bearcats do a good job of countering the attack. And the shot from outside the 18, and that's going to go well over the top of the goal for number 23, Diaz.
So yeah, that's the only thing we're trying for. We're trying to do is junior.
Let's go, Blue, come on.
Cougars looking to push it out. And Wheeler gets the first touch. It's going to go out. It's going to be a throw in here for Lakeland Christian. A little miscommunication there, but the Cougars able to come up, clear it out a little bit.
Oh, that's that little league on the west side. Can't think what it is now. And he said that he's got all of his team is full of South Bend Career Academy, Adams, and Washington.
Goal kick here coming up for the Lady Cougars.
I think our kids thought we were going to just walk in.
And it's going to go out of bounds, be a throw in here for the Bearcats.
10 runs in an inning. And then after that, we end up dying. Right. 20 to 8 or something like that.
That's how it was for Washington baseball. Anything.
Well, they came out and they hit the ball. I mean,
Yep.
You know. You guys
And Paris can't get to the ball. It's going to roll out the in line. See if it was off of Lakeland or Wheeler. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick, so must have been off of the foot of one of the Wheeler girls.
because we played there this year. Up at that Little League Park.
Yep.
30 minutes left to go in this one. Wheeler has a commanding 6-0 lead over Lakeland Christian. Winner of this one advances to tonight's contest versus the Argus Lady Dragons, who won earlier tonight, or this afternoon, versus the Hebron Hawks. Over at Argus, Boone Grove in boys soccer regional action has taken a 2-1 lead over the Bremen Lions. Boone Grove looking to make a return trip to the regional championship game. They're going to be taking on, the winner of that one will be taking on the Argus Dragons, as they won earlier today as well, beating Bethany Christian 1-0. So we've got a lot of action already in the books here on RTC TV4, and a lot more to come yet tonight. Going to have championship matches here for regional soccer from Newton Park. Championship regional finals at Argus for boys regional. We're going to have volleyball sectional championships at North Miami, at Pioneer, and at Culver Community. All coming to you live on RTC TV4. And shot, good job there by number 8, Hannah Starrett, getting in front of that kick. So the Lady Cougars settling in, doing a little better job here on defense in the second half. Trying to keep the Bearcats out of the goal.
But she kept coming out and, open fields and, just doing what we asked her to do. And all of a sudden the kid's a captain and she's playing and starting in center field. So her bat got much better as she got older. So, we'll miss all those kids.
Hey, Jesse, Tori, hang loose.
It's like I told my younger kids, I said, you know what? These kids are gone. Now you get a chance for somebody to step up. And my outfield this year could be a junior and 2 sophomores.
Yep. Don't give away possession that easy. Take your time.
And I got 2 that want to play center. They're just...
All right, the Cougars are mounting a little bit of an attack here on the offensive side. And nice little centering pass and the turn. And deflected out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Lakeland Christian, but a nice offensive attack there. Calizo almost had the turn right there. And another nice crossing pass. Burns not able to get to it, but it's going to go out of bounds off of Wheeler. Opportunity here with throw in for the Cougars.
That's what I told our 16 team this summer. So you guys
Lakeland Christian comes in, the winners of the Westview sectional, taking on Wheeler Bearcats, the winner of the Wheeler sectional. Reminick working through. And the shot was deflected by Jesse Calizo. It's going to be a corner kick for Lakeland Christian.
everybody but our catcher graduated.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that?
Both our starter pitchers.
And the corner kick into the box, but Wheeler's able to clear it out.
A junior, a senior, a junior, and a freshman that have spent the most amount of time pitching. They're coming back. So.
Oh, and a tough play right there. Let's see what the call is.
We got a senior that doesn't. But our starters could be the 3 freshmen coming in.
Yeah. Well, when Bremen came in, they were #1, and I just walked up to
Reminick crosses it over to the far side. It's going to go out of bounds off of the Cougars. It's going to be a throw in for the Bearcats.
You guys play Bremen?
No.
No. They were tough. We were trying to keep their shortstop, who hit like, I don't know, 20-some home runs. Trying to keep her in the park, and we did. And then down here in the semi-state, she had 3 out in 2 games. Yeah, Kentucky. Yep.
That's what military academy.
Free kick here for the Bearcats.
Shortstop.
Back on the attack.
Every time we sit there and
Good job there by Lakeland.
7-something batting average.
Oh, yeah. That took me, when we played Culver Academy, that took me back to the days of the Clay girl and, Alexa Clay and, she was the catcher. And she went Notre Dame, and her buddy, that was the pitcher, and I'm drawing a total blank on her name, went to Tulane to play.
So the Bearcats working the mids here.
Clay hit like 30.
Got a sub getting ready to check in for Wheeler, number 4, Bailey Fairbairn.
Send you over the fence, first at bat of the game, and you're already chasing a run.
And for Lakeland Christian, number 14, Lauren Sterrett checks back in.
Throw from her knees on a dime to throw it on the right at second. She was a very talented player.
23 and a half minutes left to go here in the second half from Newton Park. Wheeler leads 6-0 over Lakeland Christian.
Koffel graduated, didn't she? This year? Aaron Koffel? She was older.
Cougars able to clear that ball out, but Wheeler a little back and forth right now. Reminick tries to get on it, can't. Got 2 Cougars going up against 8 Bearcats right now.
Did Jenny stay working in the athletic office over there? Andrew, it was Andrews that she got married.
Fire.
Throw in here on the near side for Lakeland Christian.
Did
It looks like Wheeler's starting to play a keep away.
Another sub here for the Bearcats. Number 25 is going to check into the game. Bentley Wilson. Oh, a little dangerous right there. Both girls going for the ball with their head. Luckily, they didn't collide. Remnant gets a round one Bearcat, slips it up ahead. Calizo. And a good defensive effort there by the Bearcats. Number 17, Jesse Calizo, a freshman for the Cougars. Also a Tori Calizo, a junior. I would assume they are sisters. Another sub here for the Bearcats. Number 17, Amber Hanley checks into the match.
Cross off here, slips and falls. Going to be a goal kick for the Lions.
Looks like Boone Grove has opened up a 3-1 advantage over the Bremen Lions in second half play down at Argus in regional action, semifinal action. The winner of that match will take on the Argus Dragons tonight at 7 p.m.
19 minutes left.
What do you think, Pioneer, Coach?
Pioneer, their team softball.
The
We just kind of batting practice for them.
The match here, we've got a little under 19. We're at 18:40 left to go here. Wheeler in command 6-0 over Lakeland Christian. Wheeler will be advancing to play the Argus Lady Dragons this evening in the regional championship round. This is the LaVille IHSA Regional number 9.
I agree. You guys had a lot of lopsided scores last year. 22, 25, 21, ouch. 24.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Knox too. That guy did the same thing too.
Yes.
His first year there, we're playing them at their place, and we're on defense.
So we're going to be back here again this evening at 7 p.m. covering the, looks like it'll be the Wheeler Bearcats taking on the Argus Lady Dragons for the sectional or regional championship here. So we'll have that match. We'll have the match down at Eugene Snyder Field, where the Argus Dragons are going to be taking on the winner of Boone Grove and Bremen in boys regional championship. And it looks like Boone Grove with 2:04 left to go in that one with a 3-1 advantage over the Bremen Lions. Boone Grove looking to advance to the championship game for the second straight year. I believe they won the regional last year at Argus. 16:50 left to go here in second half action from Newton Park.
You know what? That's fine. You want to play that way? That's your call. and it was already 22-0 at that point. And I'm like, and he tried to call me. He's like, Coach, what do you expect me to do? I said, you know what? You control your team. You control the score. You can control everything in the game. And I said, you got bases loaded and the ball's hit. And I said, you're sending people from second base. I said, okay, that's the way you want to play. That's your philosophy. Just different than mine, that's all.
Right. Yeah, she was trying to work with a lot of new pitchers last year. And on teams that we should have beat, we were working with new pitchers. And the team just wouldn't back those pitchers up.
Free kick out of the middle here for the Bearcats.
You guys got career heading last year.
Yeah.
And it's going to go out the end line, be a goal kick here for Lakeland. Approaching 15 minutes left here in the match between Wheeler and Lakeland Christian.
From what I understand, it's possibly going to be a lady that used to play for him.
Okay.
Years and years ago.
Okay.
I thought it was hilarious during sectional.
Trying to get a slip pass up to Calizo. Not able to get it through.
Until the 9th inning, when he finally took the lead in the 9th inning.
It's going to be a foul on the Cougars. Free kick coming up here for the Bearcats.
We had him scared.
I told my girls, you guys are getting better. Culver's getting better. Keep trying to tell them, but they don't listen.
Going to have a sub here for Wheeler. Going to be a new keeper coming in.
Just like you get better, they get better too.
They're out there practicing just as hard as what?
Absolutely. I think our clean tournament's getting a little bit more competitive now than it was at the beginning.
And there is a final from Argus. Boone Grove wins 4-1. So our matchup is set down at Eugene Snyder Field for the championship tonight. It's going to be the Argus Dragons taking on the Boone Grove Wolves in a regional round rematch. Boone Grove knocked the Dragons out last year in the semifinal round. Here at Newton Park, Wheeler holds a commanding 6-0 lead in the second half. We have 13.5 minutes to go. Beautiful sunny afternoon here at Newton Park. A little chilly, weather temperature in the low 40s, I think, this afternoon. So we've had a sub on the line here for a bit for Wheeler. Looked like they were going to put a new keeper in. And a free kick coming up here. Reminick's going to take it just outside the 18. And she goes short, tries to hit Calizo. Good defensive play there by the Bearcats. Calizo tries to get it into Calizo. And a nice effort there by Lakeland Christian, but can't punch one in.
Both Providence coach and Henryville's coach both, one of them retired, the Henryville coach, Jen. And
12 minutes left.
The Providence coach went
12 minutes left here. We're going to have a sub, so the Bearcats will put in a new keeper.
Right. 17, it seemed like all the teams were right there about the same level.
Yeah. And that was kind of the goal after Henryville and Providence They didn't renew because obviously I didn't have a relationship with these new coaches. So when we made it 6, we're like, hey.
All right, we got a free kick coming up here.
I said, they're close, and he liked that idea. So we were all in agreement on that one. And then who's the other one that we brought in? ECA, I think we brought in because of Ken, their coach.
So the Cougars going to send it out of the box here.
You guys ever get any openings? And I was like, yeah. Because it used to be Northwood, us, ECA, and then Gary, Westside.
That goes out of bounds off of Wheeler, so a throw in here for the Cougars.
Gary, Westside. Bless those kids' heart.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the one year we played them, he was by himself. And one of our parents went over there and went and said, "Do you mind? I'll be your first base coach."
Sure.
And he's like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Cleared out by the Bearcats. Be a throw in here for the Cougars.
10 minutes.
10 minutes left to go here in this one. Wheeler with a 6-0 lead. Second half action. It's been all Wheeler here this afternoon. They got started early and often. Garcia,
I don't recognize that name.
Riley Garcia started them off with 37:55 left to go in the first half. Then with 33:39, Caitlin Mestina scored the second Wheeler goal. Then at 28:54, Claudia Phillips made it 3-0. Lyric Green got on the board with 17:46, and then Phillips got her second goal of the half with 14:37. And then Green has the only goal here in the second half, scored early with 37:58 to go. Made the score 6-0 in favor of the Bearcats.
So has Sheena been approved?
I haven't got a formal yet.
Okay.
From Triton.
Lakeland trying to mount some offense here late in the game.
I don't know what schools are waiting on.
Yeah, see.
So you can start fall ball.
They still got Steve listed on Max Pro.
Yeah, I searched around on all walls here. Triton social.
All right, come on, 8 minutes. I can do a bathroom.
So some changes going on here. The Bearcats making some substitutions with 7.5 minutes to go. Coach Murray changing some positions around, putting in some younger players, and letting everybody get a chance to go here in the regional round. Bearcats going to advance. They're going to be taking on the Lady Dragons here tonight at 7 p.m. We'll be back up here covering that one for you on RTC TV4, as well as the boys regional championship. The Argus Dragons taking on the Boone Grove Wolves down at Eugene Snyder Field at Argus High School. Have to get some volleyball sectional updates put together here. We're going to have 3 championship games. There's Calizo and a redirect. Call that an own goal? Or do you call that a goal for Calizo? Calizo hit it. It goes off of the foot of one of the Wheeler players and in. I'll give her credit for it. It was redirected, but I don't know if she kicked it. I don't know. I would give Calizo the goal, but that's just me. I'm not official. So anyway, Lakeland Christian gets on the board here. So they're not going to go out without being able to score a goal.
Yeah. That means a lot more to her. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So what was the time?
It was like 6:30-ish.
6:30.
So with 6:30 to go, Tori Calizo gets the goal, puts the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougars on the board here versus Class A number 1 Wheeler. 6-1 is our score.
Steve, we're giving it to Tori Calizo.
I already did.
We were talking down here about how we wanted to rule that. So.
Sure.
Lakeland Academy goal goes to Tori Calizo.
Number 18, Carly O'Hara, a senior midfielder for Lakeland Christian, has been battling very hard right there in the midfield all game long. Going to give her a lot of credit. It's going to be her last game of her career, and she's played a hard game out there. It's been a very physical game in the midfield. And Calizo tries to redirect off of the kick by O'Hara. So some of the Lakeland Christian Academy Cougar seniors that are going to be finishing up their careers here today. Carly Wise, and a good job there by the keeper for Wheeler. Anna Reminick, Maddie Paris, the keeper. And here comes Reminick. Makes a move, gets around one, and she puts it in. So Lakeland Christian gets their second goal with 4:16 left to go. Reminick makes it 6-2 in favor of Wheeler.
I'm sorry, 14-16. Thank you.
All right, some wholesale substitutions here on both sides, getting some players into the match. We're under 5 minutes left. And Lakeland Christian has scored a couple here to make it a 6-2 match versus Wheeler.
Four field goals up, and it's good.
And just a little bit high there for number 4, Bailey Fairbairn, a freshman for the Bob Bearcats.
What's amazing, you gotta go to the bathroom. That clock just says move fast.
3.5 minutes left to go here in this one.
Score.
And that's a goal for number 4, Bailey Fairbairn, a freshman for the Bearcats.
Bailey Fairbairn.
With 2:47 left to go. Makes it a 7-2 Wheeler lead. Bearcats have 5 advancing very quickly down the field. And a little heavy touch that time for number 19, Peyton Fairbairn. Good job there by the Cougars, getting it back across midfield.
Minute 40.
Under 2 minutes left here in this one. Trying to get it cleared out. And the Cougars get it out of the box. Well, this is going to pose an interesting matchup here this evening. The Wheeler Bearcats, you can tell, a very high-powered offensive team. Going to be going up against the strong defensive effort of the Argus Lady Dragons. We'll see how this one goes. I mean, it's one of those things. The Lady Dragons, I don't know that Coach Stone expected to be at this point, you know, with this season with these girls, but they're there, and you know, you don't want to go in and just be happy to be there. You want to go in there to try and win the thing. But boy, this Wheeler team, very, very high-quality team, and that's obviously why they're looking for their 4th regional championship in a row. You can tell that this is a quality program. And Coach Murray has the Bearcats firing on all cylinders.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is your final here this afternoon from Newton Park in the 2nd regional semifinal match. The Wheeler Bearcats defeat the Lakeland Christian Lady Cougars by a final score of 7-2.
Final score, Wheeler 7, Lakeland Christian 2. Wheeler will advance to tonight's championship.
Wheeler will advance to the championship match tonight, where they will take on the Argus Lady Dragons at 7 p.m. We'll be back here about 6:55 with coverage from Newton Park as the Lady Dragons look to win the regional for the first time since, I believe, 2013 was the last time Lady Dragons were regional champions. At the same time, down at Argus, the Argus Dragons boys team is going to be taking on Boone Grove, who won both of their semifinal matches this morning in regional championship action on the boys' side. So it's going to be a busy evening here on RTC TV4. I want to congratulate the Lakeland Christian Lady Cougars on making it to the regionals. You know, we talked about it with Coach Stone. That is a tough sectional that they got out of defeating Westview. So their season will come to an end. Lakeland will end with a 14-4-2 record Wheeler will be coming into tonight's championship with a 20-0 record, taking on the Argus Dragons, who will be coming in at 13-6-1. So our matchups are all set here for tonight. We're going to call it an afternoon as the teams circle up here. We'll let you leave here. This is some very good sportsmanship here between the two schools, and just a quality moment. All right, we're going to wrap things up here from Newton Park. We'll see you again around 6:55 with Wheeler and Argus going for a regional championship. For Phil Dean, I'm Steve Stricker. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage this morning here on RTC TV4. Thanks to Scott Sager for running things back in the control room. And thanks to everyone here for tuning in. We'll say good afternoon. And we'll be back here about 6:55